See, actually, I am my. I just said I need to make sure I need to turn mute off. So we're good. Sorry about that, guys. Welcome to another live stream. Hopefully you can hear me now. We good to go now? Okay. Thank you, Frederick. Appreciate you. How's everybody doing today? Happy Wednesday. It's a it's a Prime Day. So I see Frederick said he has locked up his wallet. Yeah, not a bad idea if you are trying not to spend. I don't blame you. There's so many good deals out there on smart home stuff. But we'll get to all that. How's everybody doing today? It is nice and hot here, hot and humid, as pretty much every day is around this time of year. Let's say hi to some folks and then we'll get rolling. If you are new here, I will say, first of all, welcome. We're gonna talk about HomeKit, Apple Home, smart home stuff for the next hour. I'll take your questions and answer as many as I can. And, we'll cover some news and stuff like that if there's any. Jeremiah, what's up, Jeremiah? Having my coffee right now, working nights. All right, nice. I used to work nights as well once upon a time. I guess I still do work nights sometimes here. Here doing the content creation thing. I was up till 4 in the morning, I think it was, on the first, what was that, the night before last, all the Prime Day stuff and everything. So yeah, still do nights sometimes. Different kind of night work for sure than I used to do. But how's everybody doing? We will, for questions, I'll go ahead and say, preface your comment with the word question. What I'm going to do is flag those questions, and I'll try to come back to all the questions later on in the stream. I saw, let's see, there was one or two I wanted to flag. I will come, like I said, I'll come back to all these. And shout out Frederick and Trent. What's going on, guys? You guys are helping with this chat. I appreciate y'all. And everybody, let's see if our Will Ty, what's up, Will? Will says Prime Day ends for me at 3:00 a.m. I hope to buy something before it ends. Yes, we still do have a little bit of time. That is for sure. So I did put a link, by the way, to the Prime Day stuff in. It's pinned to the chat. It's also down in the description. All the Prime Day HomeKit deals. So you can find that there. Sam, what's going on, Sam? Oh, can't come through already. Let's see. Where is that chat? There we go. Sam coming through with 10 memberships. Thank you so much, Sam. Getting the ball rolling here, man. We got 10 memberships that were gifted. Thank you so much, Sam, for doing that. Mill, Agent Home Theater, Eye of the Storm, Ed, Conman, Robert, you guys were all gifted a membership. Koo, Tony, awesome, very cool. Thank you, Sam, for that. As a channel member, I will note you have access to early access to new videos. Usually, when I get those out early, I try to put those out for members at least a day early when I can. Also, our member Discord is an awesome place. If you're a member and you're not there yet, I recommend checking it out. It's a great place to ask questions. I was in there. There's been some great conversations over there today. Matter of fact, I was chatting in the, I think the advanced tab, also in the home assistant section. I've been tinkering in home assistant a little bit. So I was there chatting with some home assistant pros in that section. So just a great place. Connect your Discord account if you have not already and get over there as channel members. Everybody who has a little yellow star, by the way, on the chat that I pull up here in the stream, those are channel members, by the way, in case you were wondering what that little yellow star meant. But let's say hi to some folks real quick. Sam, thank you again for that. Sam coming through before we even get done with the introductions, man. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Frederick is here. Justin, what's up, Justin? I see your question. We'll get back to those. David, Baba isn't trolling. Some more questions. Eric W, what's up, Eric? Jeff is here. What's going on, Jeff? How you doing today? Mr. H4, Green Arrow. What's up, Green Arrow? Paul is here. What's going on, Paul? Did you pick up anything at Prime Day? Yeah, I got a couple things coming. We'll get to that in a second. Let's see. Larry. What's up, Larry? Larry says, everybody remember to leave a like on this video. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate you. Yes, that does make the YouTube algorithm happy, as far as I'm aware. Tony, what's up, Tony? And everybody else here in the chat. All right. I see some other questions. Let's just jump right into it. Jack's Diner, I see you. What's going on? Yeah, how's everybody doing? Let me know in the chat too while we get these stories rolling. If you did get anything for Prime Day, or if you plan to, you still got what? I don't know, quite a few hours left if you want to get something. There's been tons of Prime Day deals. Like I said, there's links to everything in the chat, pinned to the chat in the description. I will say too, shopping through those links does support the channel. That's much appreciated. If you're going to do any shopping on Amazon, if you kind of visit Amazon, through those links, that's much appreciated. And like I said, that helps out the channel and helps me to keep doing these live streams and, videos every week and all that stuff. So with that said, let's jump into some of the news. Well, first of all, again, it is Prime Day, like we said, and this is the link that I was talking about. I did put out a video a few days ago on all the deals. This list has been updated constantly. Tons of Aqara deals over here. Some great stuff on Aqara. But yeah, I've been updating this thing pretty much nonstop since Prime Day started. So check it out if you're looking for smart home deals on HomeKit stuff. So I tried to exclusively separate all the Apple HomeKit stuff, because there's just so much stuff out there. It's a little overwhelming, I think. So hopefully that helps, those of us who are just looking for specifically Apple Home or Matter products for our smart home. It's kind of the intent there. Dave says, Eve Flair ordered along with lots of smart home goodies. Awesome. What other smart home goodies did you get, Dave? Eve Flair is awesome. I got that. That's one I got back there. Love those things, especially since they updated them with Thread. Man, that's one of my favorite devices, I think. Super cool. And I love that it's portable. I like to take them out on the back porch and stuff sometimes. Yes, thank you, Frederick. Please do ask your questions once. I do jump around. I'm a little ADD, I guess, during these streams. But I try to stay at the top of the chat with you all as much as I can. But I will flag your questions and I'll come back to answer all the questions the best I can. So, like I said, just put the word question in your chat and I will try to come back to that. Sue, what's going on, Sue? First time just building out my smart home, the retiree life. Awesome. What a fun hobby, that would be, with a little bit of extra time as you're retired. Yeah, that would be cool. I could definitely see myself doing, that is basically what I've done. So very cool. Excited. Yeah, it's an exciting journey. It's a little bit addicting though, so be warned there. All right, I'm flag some of these questions here. All right, Quick Wing Curtis got the M3, very nice. That's the Aqara hub. I am using one of those. What's up, Will Ty? Don got the Traeger. All right, cool. The Smart Grill, nice. I've not used the Traeger Smart Grill. I've been using the Weber Smart Grill that I got. Really love that thing, but yeah, awesome. Good to hear. I bet that Traeger is awesome. Some Eve outlets, Aqara sensors, among other things. Nice little haul that Don has coming. All right. So real quick, we'll just jump through some of this stuff and then I'll get your questions. I know that's probably what you guys want to cover here. But real quick, the iOS 18 beta, public betas are out. It's still recommended that I would encourage you, unless you have a really good reason to, I would just stay away from the betas. Wait till September unless you have, again, a good reason. But there are some pretty nice updates, especially the user interface updates with like Control Center and the customizations that you'll get. So I am looking forward to that. But even myself, I hold off as much as possible when it comes to betas. But public beta is out if you're feeling adventurous. Go ahead and give it a shot if you like. But all the AI stuff, that's not available yet. So, that's not available yet. Yeah. So, oh dang, John, been watching some of the first videos on how to make lights go off with the alarms. Man, That's awesome. It's hard for me to watch some of the old videos, but that's good. I guess that means I'm improving, and hopefully I will continue to. But yeah, going back and watching some of the old videos is sometimes fun. A little cringy at times, but fun. Chris finally got the Aqara G4. Ooh, and the Ecobee Premium. Very nice. I actually just installed one of those myself recently, the Ecobee Premium. I switched and upgraded one of my old ones. Little tip here, don't do it on a Friday afternoon. Just in case. I actually blew a fuse in my furnace and had to go to the store. I was kind of freaking out, trying to figure out what the problem was. I've done this many times as far as changing out my thermostats. Never blew a fuse before, so I know my wife was about to kill me because I decided to do it on a Friday afternoon when, all the AC guys would be like done for the weekend. Fortunately, I got it fixed, but just a little helpful tip there. Don't be an idiot like me. Luckily, we got it worked out though. But yeah, I changed that. What's that? We live in Florida. Yeah, I hear you. Ours doesn't get used too much, I guess, here either. Ooh, nice. Fluxus says I ordered a few SmartWings blinds, just moved to a new house that I have committed to HomeKit. It's going to be fun using you as my guide here. Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, SmartWings are great. I think I posted on my Instagram story today about SmartWings. I love those smart shades. There's a few different brands that I've used, but those are great. They are doing an 8% store-wide sale right now. I have a link on that page. They don't sell on Amazon, so it's not like a Prime Day thing, but it's kind of a Prime Day thing. It was yesterday and today, I think, that discount. So those of you who might have been looking for those are on sale. Those are the ones I used all around my outside back porch, if any of you have watched that video. Oh man, Jeff, sorry to hear that. Jeff said we had more flooding in our area the other night. Hopefully it didn't affect you personally too bad. Says set up Aqara sensors to detect water, alert me, and start the wet vac. Oh, I guess it did affect you. That I had set up where it usually leaks. Worked great. That is awesome. Man, I love hearing those stories where people are using smart home tech to actually solve like a real legit problem. That is awesome, man. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, really cool automation there. I love hearing stories like that. Not that you have to deal with flooding. That sucks. But that you were able to solve the problem in a super cool way. All right, let me get back to some of this stuff here. We'll get to these. The Onvis, what are they calling this thing? The CS1 or maybe the CS2. So I did a video. It's funny, I was reading this article from over at HomeKit News. They said that the original one came out almost 5 years ago. That's crazy because I remember making a video on this thing, the original one. I guess it was almost 5 years ago. It's been that long. But this is a really unique little like contact sensor with an alarm built in. I was pretty critical of the original one. They are releasing a new one, or it's an updated one that supports Thread. So this will be HomeKit over Thread, I think. I don't know if this is going to be Matter or just HomeKit. Yeah, it looks like just HomeKit or Apple Home over Thread. So, I don't know. I've got some comments already about this product. I might make a video about it since it's such a unique little product. We'll see. But I do plan to test this out. I know they reached out to me already. So, interesting. Wanted to share that with you. I think these are perfect for like an apartment or a smaller dwelling of some sort, or even just specific rooms if you want a little sensor on there. Could be a good solution if it works well. Like I said, I was critical with the first one originally, so we'll see how that goes. AP says, looking to pick up the Govee permanent outdoor lights. Yes, I think they are 30% off right now. Let's see. I think they're 30% off. Let me check my list here. Permanent outdoor lights pro, yes, 30% off. So a lot of the Matter stuff, like all these right here on my list, support Matter. These are the Govee ones. By the way, anything on this list that has a little asterisk like that does not support HomeKit natively. So I did put stuff on here like robot vacuums or whatever, but they have an asterisk. They don't support Apple HomeKit natively, but everything else does. But yeah, Outdoor Permanent Lights Pro, that new outdoor wall light that I just installed, that's on sale. So yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I know a few people who've been looking at the Permanent Outdoor Lights Pro during Prime Day. Don says, is it just me or did Shane freeze up? I'm reading, I've got a good connection. Don says needed to refresh. Let me know if you guys are having any issues with the stream. Looks like everything's good to go on my end, but let me know if you see otherwise. Next up on the list, Lutron kind of quietly released a little update from Lutron. So Lutron Caseta, thank you Vito and Green Arrow. And Jeff, appreciate you guys, the feedback there. So yeah, Lutron just released a couple things here. So their little Pico paddle is now going to be available in all the different colors. So I think this update really is most suited for like professional installers and stuff like that who may need to get these to match, different styles and stuff. They make all the different colors, but now the Picos come in the different colors. But they also released the new Diva dimmer, and it's basically the same one, but this is a real edge case here. But it supports phase selectable dimming for LED, MLV, ELV, incandescent, and halogen lighting. So here I have one right here. Let me just show you this. Might be easier. So it's basically the same product, but it does have those more advanced features for those who might be able to utilize that. So it offers, like I said, smart control for low voltage applications such as under cabinet, track, accent, and tape lighting. Again, edge case. I might have a spot where I can use these, but I did want to share that just for anybody who may have a use for it. What's going on in the vac corner? Reading through the... All right, couple more. Let's see, do we have another thing too. This popped up on Reddit. So introducing Ari and so much more. So the developer of, let me see, I think, yep, right there we can see Sam. Sam may be in the chat here still. Ari, so what was 2.0 is now being rebranded as Ari. We've talked about 2.0 a few times here during the live streams and stuff. They make the smart buttons. They make matter over thread products. They are rebranding, and look, there's Sam. Sam, you're too kind. Sam gifted 10 memberships again. You guys, we're getting a lot of new members here thanks to Sam. Thank you so much, Sam, for doing that. New members, come check out the Discord. Look forward to seeing you over there, hopefully, and chatting even more. But yeah, 2.0 is rebranded, and let's see, this is a really nice post. I read this earlier, and it talks about kind of restructuring some things and listening to feedback that they've received and improving on their products and stuff like that. And then, of course, just the rebrand itself. But you can see here, there's that little lock. That hopefully we'll see sometime in the near future. But let's see, their website, as you can see, is what was 2.0 is now Ari. So they've got the smart button, smart temperature sensor, and these are all matter over thread products. Smart lock. Let's see what it says for the smart lock. Matter and thread support. Oh, they even have a price up there already. But this is not available yet. But hopefully we'll get to see that soon. So yes, that is rebranded. Will they come to Europe? That's a good question, Lurk Jerk. I'm not sure. Maybe Sam can answer that. I thought they shipped worldwide on Amazon. I could be wrong. And I'm not sure if they ship worldwide on their website or not, but I know they are or were available on Amazon. I think they are still too, or they will be soon, maybe. What's up, Edgar's Home Tech? Jeremiah, hope it will have home key. Yes, I hope it does too. Anyone own the Aqara presence sensor here in the chat? Probably a few people. I know I've got one. I've got a couple, actually. Has the U200 been tested for kick-in, drilling, etc. as far as you know? I am not sure about that. Kick-in, I don't know. I'm not sure. I know this is a controversial topic perhaps, but I always say that a door lock is just going to keep the honest people out. That's my 2 cents. Every time I release a video on a smart lock, somebody's talking about all the specs and stuff as far as it being extra secure. And, I can't release a video without somebody bringing up lock picking lawyer, which is all good. That's cool. But, when it comes to front doors and door locks, they just keep the honest people out. You know what I'm saying? If somebody wants to get in, they're going to get in. That's my 2 cents. I don't know. Sorry, a little rant there. All right, I see some more questions. I'm going to get to your questions here. Yeah, that's a good point. Lurk Jerk says U200 does use your own cylinder. That's right. Yeah, very good point. I don't know why I didn't even think of that. So it is a retrofit lock, the U200. So whatever you have in place is what it's using. You're only changing basically the thumb turn part on the inside. So yeah, you should be good to go there because it's the same deadbolt. Good point there. Yeah, right. Yeah, very true. Same here. I've got like glass door, little glass panes on either side of my door. So yeah, 100% there. All right, let's jump. Let's see. Do I have any more news to talk about? Oh yeah. How about this? Guys, did you hear the big news? Apple released a new HomePod mini, right? This made me laugh. Apple launches a black HomePod mini. Now you might be saying, wait, I thought they already had a black HomePod mini. Yeah, well, it's basically the same HomePod with a different name. Space Gray is now midnight. I always just called it the black HomePod mini anyways. Maybe it's just me, but yeah. We now have the HomePod mini in midnight instead of space gray. So I guess it is slightly darker. It's just they're probably just using the same fabric and stuff as the HomePod Gen 2. I think that's midnight also. Again, I just call it the black HomePod. They look black anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's news. It's funny. I've seen a few articles saying the new HomePod has been released and this and that. But yeah, that's all. It's just the same old HomePod in a ever so slightly darker color. But now you know. It has more recycled material. Yeah, that's correct. All right, let's see. All right, let me get to some of these questions. Thank you guys for your patience as well. I will say I'm going to try to answer these in order as they come through. I know there's been a few. Maverick, what's up, Maverick? Says, Shane, your channel has been a great help with my Apple journey. I'm using HomeBridge for HomeKit, for non-HomeKit devices and some native devices in HomeKit. Keep up the good work. Thanks from the community. Thank you so much for that, Maverick. I do appreciate the support. And yeah, hearing from you guys gives me the motivation to continue doing this and making these videos. So I appreciate the comment. Oh, nice. Sam, let me see. Let's see if my super chat button works. There we go. While I find Sam's comment there. Thank you, first of all, Sam, for the super chat and all the gifted memberships, man. Sam says, check my latest Reddit post for some iOS 18 news. Let's see if we can pull that up. And then we'll get to these questions, I promise. I suck at Reddit. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, so I may have some issues finding this. I don't like using, I mean, I like using Reddit to find some things, but I use Reddit for researching, not interacting too much. I used to, and it just became, I don't know, toxic. Sam says, tequila and I'm on vacation. Started, oh, that's what it is. Sam's getting into tequila and starts dropping super chats. I'm trying to find... trying to find that link. I'll find it and maybe we can discuss it later again. Or if you have the link, feel free to drop a link in the chat. I was trying to find. Wait, there we go. Maybe that'll do it. Oh, is this the one? I think I found it, Sam. Air quality over matter in the latest HomePod OS 18 update, maybe. So let's see, that says air quality sensor. Interesting. I found it. Yes, I figured out Reddit. So yeah, so more updates are coming to Matter, and then of course iOS 18 hopefully will be unlocking some more Matter capabilities. Thank you for sharing that. All right, let me get to these questions here. And I saw, where was that member chat? I may have lost that. Lone Star Trent, I see your member chat. I've got two chats going right here. Trying to bring that up. The member chat. Sorry, I missed that. Chat's kind of flying today. There we go. Celebrates 23 months as a member. Thank you, Trent, for being a member for so long. I appreciate the support. It says, what's worse, blowing that fuse or installing the GE lights? Blowing the fuse for sure, because if the AC shuts down here on a Friday afternoon in the middle of June or July in South Carolina, especially when my wife said, are you sure you should be working on that on a Friday afternoon? I would not live to see Monday morning. So yeah, I would go with blowing the fuse. And Trent's referring to the GE lights. Over on Instagram, I shared, I was basically just tore up my kitchen the other day installing the GE under cabinet lights, which are really cool. I love those. I'll plan on making a video on that pretty soon. They support Matter and everything. But yeah, I completely destroyed my kitchen. But at least the AC was working. So yeah, I think I'll go with blowing that fuse was worse. Okay. John, I appreciate your patience if you're still around. I know this was early in the chat. Says, good afternoon. Question, can something make the Control HomeKit app room maps manually? I don't have an iPhone Pro. I'm not really sure what you mean. I guess you're asking about making the maps in the controller for HomeKit app if you don't have an iPhone, if you don't have a phone with the capabilities. And what you would need to do is let me see if I can find this. I talked about this a little bit in the video. So we're kind of referring to this feature in the controller for HomeKit app. Where's the link to get to? Oh, there it is. So they have a course here. I would check. You just go to that link that I just showed right there. And they kind of talk about the best ways to do this. But if you don't have a phone with a LiDAR sensor, there is a way to use a friend's phone and then like export the file and then import it into your phone. So that's what you would have to do if you don't have a phone with that capability, or an iPad or whatever. There are some iPads that also have the capability. So that's how you would have to do that if you want to use that to generate scans in the controller for HomeKit app. Michael, what's happening with your network updates? Unify system, I've been waiting for that video. Yeah, it's coming. That's all I could say. I don't have a release date planned yet, but it's coming hopefully within the next month or so. So just stay tuned for that. It's coming. L Trade says, can you share what doorbell you're currently using? Not had a good experience with the Aqara doorbell. What are you using and are you happy with it? Yeah, so I was using the Logitech Circle 2 doorbell for a long time. I recently switched it out for the Ecobee doorbell because I just want to test that. I used the Logitech for a long time and I was kind of ready for a change. It worked as good or better than any other HomeKit doorbell that I've used. I do like the Aqara doorbell. I'd probably be using that one if it wasn't for the horizontal feed. I prefer a vertical camera feed on my doorbells. So that's the only reason I'm not using the Aqara, but I did install Aqara doorbells at like multiple families' houses who have a better like front porch view or whatever for that type of feed. But for me personally, I prefer the vertical feed. So again, currently using the the Ecobee. There's some things I don't like about it. There are some things I like about it. I'll probably make a video on the Ecobee stuff pretty soon because I've been kind of like testing out all the different features in there that I haven't really messed around with much before. So stay tuned. But the biggest downside to the Ecobee one is that it doesn't support HomeKit secure video, which is a real bummer. I feel like they want you to kind of buy into their system or their subscription, which I'm not a real big fan of. But other than that, that is what I am currently using. Let's see. Yeah, so stuff I picked up for Prime Day. So as I'm sitting here right now, this room gets very hot, especially with these lights on. So let's see. I am getting soon. I should have I think it's on here somewhere, a tower fan. I was actually just talking to somebody in the Discord chat, Brian. Shout out to Brian. I don't know if Brian's in here today or not. This is marked down. Supports Matter. It'll be the first Matter fan, I think, that I've used. So I'm kind of excited to try that out and see how that is. So I've got that coming. Let's see. Did I pick up anything else? What else did I order? I don't think I ordered any other smart home stuff. I was looking today for a UPS for my network rack. So speaking of the network stuff, I do need to add one of those. I may pull the trigger on one before the end of the day, but I haven't ordered a whole lot of smart home stuff. It's because I have so many smart home things already that I just didn't find a need. I do usually order some of these like water sensors, but again, I have so many of these now. I've been doing that pretty much every Prime Day. I'll pick up a few more water sensors at least, or door sensors. But I've been doing that now for a couple years, and I don't really need any more of those. So yeah, I got a few things, but not a whole lot. I've been practicing restraint the best I can. Reading the comments here about the cameras. Get down to the chat. I have not, Pamakit, I have not tried the SwitchBot battery circulator fan. I'm gonna look that up. I'm not even sure. Not even familiar with that one. And I like SwitchBot products. Oh, I see. No, I have not tried that. SwitchBot has a lot of stuff on sale right now too. Huh. Battery powered, huh? You can connect this to your hub. Oh, you can connect it to the hub too. I wonder if that would... Have you tried this one, PalmaKit? Can you get that into HomeKit through Matter? I'm assuming maybe you can with that hub too. Yeah, that's one that I have not tried. Oh, looky there. I guess you can. Answer my own question. How about that? Nice. Man, that's another good option there. I like the form. I did want a tower fan so I could just set it next to my desk on the floor. But man, that's a pretty good option there. I like that. I had not looked into that one yet. All right. I'm trying to save your questions here. Ooh, there's a few of them. All right, let me try to answer these faster. I know we got some from earlier, so thank you for your patience. Question, can we do a brief pros and cons discussion with the Aqara M3 in the context of their move to release their new products that do not require the hub? Yeah, we absolutely can, and everybody feel free to chime in. I know we've got some I know we've got some Aqara users here in the chat, so feel free to chime in. Frederick, anybody who's using Aqara stuff. My 2 cents on this, when it comes to Aqara products, so the question is kind of referring to their newer like Matter over Thread accessories. Like I actually have one right here. This is the, oops, wrong button, sorry. For example, this right here, this motion sensor looks just like the Zigbee version, but this one supports Matter over Thread and does not need a hub. Personally, I'm such a big fan of the Aqara Zigbee products that if I was to buy one of these, I would just get the Zigbee version because they're tried and true. They're a little bit cheaper usually, and they just work so well. The battery life is amazing on the Zigbee sensors. I don't think you'll get battery life as good on the thread-based sensors, and again, just not as tried and true. So I'm not saying that they're bad, but I just know for me personally, I really like the Zigbee sensors, the door and window sensors. You know, I don't know if maybe they'll end up with a thread-based water sensor, but these things all just work so well with the hubs. If you have a hub, personally, I would just get the Zigbee stuff and expose it to my ecosystem through that. That's my 2 cents on that. But that's a good question for sure. And some people just prefer Thread. So some people just want to go all in on Thread. So, you know, to each their own, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it kind of depends. And if you don't have plans on getting an Aqara hub, then those sensors are great. So, you know. We kind of already talked about the doorbell stuff here. It says Logitech has horrible reviews about the heat. Yeah, and you don't want Aqara. I mean, you've kind of ruled out all of the ones that support Apple HomeKit natively in your comment here, Justin. I agree that the Wemo was not the best compared to the others. It was there were some things I liked about it, but when it came down to months and months of testing, I went back to the Logitech Circle View. That was my favorite one. Again, I do like the Aqara, just don't like that horizontal feed for my setup. So for the native HomeKit support, it would be either Logitech Circle View or the Aqara one for me. Again, if you don't care about HomeKit Secure Video and just want the live feed in HomeKit, then maybe the Ecobee. But again, you don't get HomeKit Secure Video on that one. And that's just for the native ones. I mean, you've got scripted and Homebridge and other things you can do if you want to get something else into HomeKit, but that's probably a whole nother conversation there. All right. Mike says, I know you have Home Assistant. I'm wondering if you're up for trying out a few different universal remotes to add in the smart home to control the TV and more. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'd probably be up for that. I'm still kind of navigating the Home Assistant waters there, but yeah, I'm up for trying all kinds of stuff. So I really just use, like for TVs, I really just use an Apple TV remote for everything. Like I don't really game or switch inputs or anything on my TV, so I really just use these remotes when it comes to TVs anyways. Question, Gordon. That's a good question. It says, is there a way for multiple people sharing HomeKit can see a camera at the same time? This, I believe, depends on the camera manufacturer. So some cameras will allow more simultaneous streams than others. I have seen some as low as 1 or 2, and then others maybe a little bit more. I think that's based on the manufacturer and not HomeKit, so it will depend. I can't remember off the top of my head what those numbers are for each different brand, but yeah, some cameras are more limited than others when it comes to this. And to answer the question, there's nothing you can do about it if you have a camera that only, say, maybe limits just 1 or 2. There's nothing you can do about it. Mill, what's going on, Mill? Thanks for your patience. It says Ethernet Bulldog Valve Robot. What's the best, simplest way to get it into HomeKit? So there's 2 options for the Bulldog Robot water shutoff valve. There is the Z-Wave version or the Wi-Fi version. Neither one supports HomeKit natively, so the easiest method, I'm not sure. I guess it depends on what you already have set up. So if you're using HomeBridge, you can use the Wi-Fi version, and there's a plugin that will integrate that into HomeKit, the Wi-Fi version. So again, that's through HomeBridge. If you're using a Z-Wave controller already, like maybe you have Habitat or you have Homey Pro also, either one of those, maybe you already have those set up to kind of work with HomeKit. Adding this to that hub would be pretty easy. If you don't have any of those systems set up, then you would have to kind of look at that, decide if you want to go with Habitat, Homey Pro, or maybe HomeBridge. So it's a little bit more involved there. Somebody just left a comment today saying that they purchased over on Discord. They purchased the Econet Bulldog robot valve as well as Habitat. That may be the easiest if you don't have anything set up right now, and maybe the most affordable, just depending on HomeBridge and what you want to use to run that, I guess. But the Habitat Z-Wave hub is a lot cheaper than Homey Pro, for example. So not a super easy solution either way you look at it, I guess. I have not tried the Sensibo Air Pro controller, Jeremiah, but I have heard good things about the Sensibo products, but I have not tried them personally. Let's see, I bought an M3 hub yesterday. It was $85, but I haven't opened it. Do I really need this if I'm limiting my ecosystem to Apple compatible devices? I'm using Aqara for security and I have the M1. You have the M1. So do you have the M1S? I'm not sure which M1 hub you're talking about. The M1S hub maybe? Dan says, the stream is acting weird for me. What's going on with the stream, Dan? Happy birthday, Dan, by the way. It's Dan's birthday. I see you in the chat. It says the stream is acting weird. Is everything okay with the stream? Running fine. Thank you, Trent, Jeff. All right. Everything good, Lurk Jerk. Thank you. Chris, what's up, Chris? All right, good deal. Thanks. All right, appreciate the feedback. Dan, throwing me off there on your birthday, man. Appreciate that, guys. All right, just wanted to make sure. All right, let me see. I think we got some more questions I need to flag. So back to the last question that I was on. The M3 hub. So I think if you're going to use Aqara product, if you want to use the Aqara Zigbee products, you'll need an Aqara hub either way. I've been using Aqara products with HomeKit for years now, and I love them. I was just talking about how I like the Aqara Zigbee products a lot. So if you plan to use any of these products, you will need an Aqara hub. So if you're happy with the M1, if you have the M1S hub, you said the M1, so I'm not really sure which one you mean. The M1S hub Gen 2 is still a great hub. If you just want to use that, you don't really need the M3. If maybe you want to use the M3 as kind of like a future-proof and to kind of upgrade or update to move on from the M1S. That's actually what I did. I had the M1S and I was using that one. I kind of wanted to upgrade to the M3 just so I could plug it into Ethernet and, just as a way to upgrade. So I kind of moved all of my Zigbee stuff from that other hub to the new one. But it's like I said in my M3 video, you really don't need the M3 as a Matter smart home device. I don't think. You can connect third-party devices to it, but if you're trying to use HomeKit, you really don't need it for that. If you're really primarily using HomeKit as your smart home Matter controller and all of that, automations and all that stuff, then really the M3 is just good as a Zigbee hub, a hub for your other Aqara devices, in my opinion. That's kind of my 2 cents. If you're not automating and doing all that stuff in the Aqara hub, then those extra capabilities aren't really that important, in my opinion. Again, I do use the M3 hub, but I primarily use it as a bridge for the Aqara Zigbee sensors. Question regarding the Ecobee doorbell compared to the Aqara doorbell. So I really like it. My biggest complaint with it is that they try to buy you in. They try to make you buy into their subscription service. And I'm just immediately turned off when companies do that. I don't like that. That said, it's been a fantastic doorbell so far. I do really like the Aqara doorbell as well. Again, the vertical or the horizontal feed is the only reason I don't use one at my house in terms of the Aqara. But the Ecobee, so far it's been working great. No HomeKit secure video. That's a bummer, but it does work well. And like I said, I'll probably do a more extensive review on all of the whole Ecobee ecosystem, because that's kind of what they're trying to make it into, I think. More questions about the M3. Hopefully I answered that in my previous comment there. If you're thinking of getting a home, if you want a lot of the Aqara sensors and devices, a Aqara hub is good to have. So like I said, hopefully I kind of answered that already in the last comment. ABC Gaming, thank you again for your patience, guys. Says, I'm hoping to eventually get some HomeKit motion sensor. Do they have to connect via Thread or another hub? Currently, I have my SwitchBot sensors connected to Matter or via Matter through the hub too. So it just depends. It just depends on the protocol that you get. So when it comes to motion sensors, you can get something like SwitchBot that does require an extra hub to get into HomeKit, or you can, Aqara has Zigbee sensors, or you can get like a thread-based sensor. So generally your thread-based sensors will not require, or they don't require an additional hub, and you can connect those directly to HomeKit through Thread. So let's see, for example, if I go to my list here, I don't know if Aqara sensors, so the motion sensor P2. So we were kind of talking about this. So the motion sensor P1 is their Zigbee sensor. This one would require an Aqara hub to get it into HomeKit. The motion and light sensor P2, this is their thread-based sensor. This one does not require an Aqara hub. So this can be paired directly into HomeKit thanks to Thread. You just have to have a Thread border router, being a HomePod or an Apple TV, and you don't need an Aqara hub for this product. So you kind of look for that. Maybe Thread protocol is what you need. Eve right here, also really good motion sensor. This one supports Thread as well. It's on sale during Prime Day. I just set up one of these outside, so this one actually you can use outside. So yeah, look for Thread if you're looking for something that doesn't require another hub. Will the Nanoleaf or Govee string lights hold up during the winter storms, snow and ice? I mean, they should, because you'd have to look specifically at the rating, the weather ratings for those. I know I mentioned it in at least my Nanoleaf video. I did a whole video on those. I'm pretty sure we talked about that. I don't remember off the top of my head what they're rated for. Those are actually on, all this stuff is on sale during Prime Day right now. Let me see. Nanoleaf. Where's Nano? It's all in alphabetical order, by the way. The Matter outdoor string lights, 20% off. Let's go to the Nanoleaf site for these and see if it says here IP65. So I mean, they should. I don't know if there's a temperature rating on here, but they should hold up outside. I mean, they're intended for outdoors. I guess it depends maybe on your, it never gets that cold here, so that's not really something I have to worry about as far as like snow and ice. But something IP65 rated should hold up outside. But yeah, just check those specs on the device. Usually they'll list those. Good question. So the HomeKit apps, I thought these were all going to be on sale during Prime Day, and it looks like that happened. I guess they did some sales earlier in the month. So you can check that Indie App website that I referenced in my video. It's indieappsales.com, I think. And you can see what all is on sale there, but I don't think some apps were still on sale. Let me see if I can pull it up right now. This is the website I was talking about. I don't think some of these apps are still on sale, but I don't think they're running them now, and that may have been my fault. They ran those earlier, and I thought they were still running them, but it looks like they're not now. So hopefully they'll do this again for Black Friday. I know sometimes they run these sales alongside other sales, but this is where I would go to check for any of those HomeKit apps. Yeah, definitely recommend HomePass as a way to save your HomeKit codes. I've been using that. I've actually been using the HomePass 2, there's a little beta that I think it's still in beta, to save my Matter codes, as I've recently been adding more smart locks. And, well, just more Matter devices in general. Lots of smart locks, but more Matter devices. Question, Aqara ceiling requires Zigbee. Can I use my Apple TV or HomePod? No, for the ceiling light, you will need an Aqara hub. So any of the Zigbee Aqara hubs, it's kind of like we were talking about earlier with the Aqara. For any of their Zigbee devices, you will need one of their hubs. Quick Wig Curtis says, I have a ceiling fan project in my future for my bedroom upgrade. Need to look at some of the older Shane videos. Has there been any new Apple home fans lately? There's not been that I know of. What I would do is check out my video on how to upgrade. It's called like how to make your fans smart, or how to, like, the ultimate guide to ceiling fans, something like that. You can find it on my channel if you just search for ceiling fans probably. But these there's a lot of things to consider. The ideal setup for a smart ceiling fan, in my opinion, is a dumb ceiling fan. Let me correct. A dumb. My doorbell went off. A dumb AC powered ceiling fan with its own light switch. That's the ideal situation. Then I would just change out the light switch with the fan controller and make it smart. But I go over all the different scenarios in that video because there's a lot to actually look into. Whether you got an AC powered fan, a DC powered fan, do you have a switch? Do you have a combined switch? There's a lot of factors. What about smart fans? If you use a smart fan, you're not going to want to use a switch. So definitely check out that video for more details into all those different scenarios. Aaron, thank you so much, Aaron. Aaron Pierce is in the house. Gifted 5 memberships. Aaron Pierce, the developer of HomePass and so many other great smart home HomeKit apps. Much appreciated. Aaron just gifted 5 memberships to 5 lucky people. Again, and as you can see thanks to the little yellow icon there, Aaron is also a channel member. Thank you so much, Aaron, for supporting the channel and for just making awesome HomeKit apps, man. Your apps are awesome. We all love them. HomePass, HomeCam, Home Run, all those home apps. Aaron is behind most of them. So thank you for that. And like I said, as a channel member, you'll get early access to new videos. You can come over to our member Discord server where I'm always in there every day. Ask your questions, interact with people. A lot of fun there. And we also do a monthly member chat. So yeah, definitely check that out if you are a channel member. And thanks again to Aaron for hooking up a few more people with memberships. Frederick says, I use Hunter dumb ceiling fans and use Lutron fan control switches for speed and control. Yep, there you go. Yep, I love the Lutron fan controllers. I'm also really excited to see the Inovelli matter over thread fan controller come out. I can't wait for that. I hope to get one of those and test it out and see if it can compare, because I love the Lutron stuff, but I will say that's one thing, and I don't know if maybe it's in Lutron's future. It seems like maybe they will eventually release a fan controller in the style of that, like the paddle like that, but right now they don't have one like that. So Inovelli's doing it. Okay, let's see. More questions. Maverick says, HomeKit Secure Video, what storage is used? Is it included with iCloud Plus? Yes. So let me see if I can find the exact, and actually Aaron may know this off the top of his head since he's always working with cameras and he does the HomeCam app, but I'll try to see if I can find this. I can't remember off the top of my head. The iCloud Plus, it is included. Here we go. Got it. So HomeKit Secure Video. So here are the plans. With the 50 gigabyte storage plan, you get 1 camera. 200 gigabyte storage plan, you get support for up to 5 cameras. And if you have one of these plans right here, you get unlimited cameras for HomeKit Secure Video. And it's worth noting too, part of your question is that the storage does not eat into your iCloud storage. So say you have a bunch of camera footage stored in the iCloud, that will not take away from your allotted iCloud storage for your photos and all that other stuff. So I hope that answers that question. What is your go-to motion sensor for indoor use for someone who doesn't have a bunch of hubs like Aqara or Hue? Well, that's hard to say because I do have my go-to motion sensor for indoors requires a hub because I do have the Aqara hubs. That's my go-to because they're affordable and they're rock solid and they work well. Again, I like the thread-based motion sensors by Aqara for inside. Super reliable, they work well. You may want to look at, if no hubs is a priority, I would probably look at one of two options. The newer Aqara thread-based motion sensor for indoors, or the Eve motion sensor, the two that we covered just a few minutes ago. They're both on sale right now, but either one of those will support HomeKit, actually Matter over Thread, and can work in your Apple Home. So maybe one of those. But again, I do like my Zigbee sensors for inside. Question, how do you use the light sensor on the Aqara Motion? So if you have the newer one, which another thing worth mentioning, these sensors do also have a light sensor built in. I'm not personally, I don't think I have any automation set up. There's a couple on my list that I want to set up, but I have not done so as far as using that light sensor. But you just have to go in and create an automation, based on the light level, do this or do that. Let's see. All right, we still there? Looks like we had a little interruption in my... All right, are we back? Are we back testing? Looks like we had a little interruption there in the in the stream. Something happened. I see you guys in the chat. We good now? We'll wait a second. All right, good to go. That was strange, but we're back. Yep, must have been a little interruption in my system there. Steve Does, what's going on, Steve? I didn't know you were here in the stream. Steve Does, another great YouTube channel. Y'all go check out Steve on his channel. Lots of smart home stuff over there as well. All right. We've run over today, but I'm going to answer a couple more questions because I'm having so much fun. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Question. Are you familiar with wave sensors made by Apollo Automations? I'm not familiar with Apollo Automations. Can you review them? I believe it's a small company based in Lexington, Kentucky. I heard their sensors are pretty good. Let me see if I can find them. Apollo Automations sensors, is this it? I think this might be it. Maybe this one right here, their wave sensor. It's for Home Assistant. Okay. Yeah, I've just begun, like we were talking about earlier, I've kind of just begun digging into Home Assistant, or rather I should say falling into that black hole. But yeah, this looks like something you would probably want to use with something like Home Assistant. So maybe I can take a look at this. I do plan to use some of, I want to try out also the Everything Present sensor that Lewis, another YouTuber, actually makes. So I'll probably try that out. Also, he also has an wave sensor. But yeah, I'm still kind of new to Home Assistant, but I'll be definitely, like I said, falling down that rabbit hole and having some fun here in the near future. So yeah, it's good to see more products like that we could test out. Do you have any thoughts on using PushCut and setting up a dedicated server for notifications and actions? I think it's a super cool feature and capability, especially my favorite thing about it is automating those personal shortcuts that you couldn't really do otherwise, and you can like automate those with your HomeKit accessories and stuff. So I like it for that, but personally I just don't use it enough to justify like constantly running and having that automation server set up personally. But if it's something you would use, I think it's great. I love the PushCuts app, super capable. I just don't use it a whole lot right now. Yeah, and I did do some videos. Thank you, Frederick. I did do some videos on this a while back. And really, really awesome capabilities. It's just not something that I use a whole lot personally right now. So Which PoE cameras will you buy today to bridge to HomeKit via Home Assistant, or hopefully future direct Matter? Reolink has a lot of sales on today. Yeah. Well, Matter doesn't support cameras at all right now, so maybe that's something we'll see in the future, hopefully in the next year or so. But Reolink is what I'm currently using still. It usually comes down in the conversation. It usually comes down to Reolink or Unify cameras. I know a lot of people love the Unify stuff too. I haven't used those cameras yet, but I have been using Reolink. The price for the quality you get with the Reolink cameras is really great in my opinion. I've been using different Reolink cameras for years now. I'm really happy with them. They work great with scripted. I actually did connect them to Home Assistant, but again, still kind of new to that. I've been using them in HomeKit through scripted for quite a while now, and I really like that setup. So Don says the Everything Presence 1 and Everything Presence Lite are amazing. I'm able to totally control the lights in our master bathroom with only the EP light. They respond really fast. Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that out. I think we were talking a little bit about those in our Discord server recently. So yeah, I'm excited to try that out and just get into this whole world of Home Assistant. I've definitely lost some sleep messing around with Home Assistant. Aside from Reolink, is there any strong recommendations for a PoE video doorbell? Let me know, some of you Unify guys here, maybe Frederick will know. I think Unify has a PoE doorbell camera that you can use. I don't have any experience with that one, but maybe Reolink. Maybe Unify. I can't think of any other PoE cameras that I know. I'm sure there's some out there. But not that I've really heard much about. Oh, nice. Quick Wing Curtis says I use Reolink cameras and scripted as well. Works good. I don't think so, Miles says. Do I know if Aqara will release their A100 or D100 smart locks in the US? I don't think so. These are more aimed at like Chinese and European markets, so I don't think so. Oh, nice. Frederick has the Unify PoE one. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was PoE or not. I figured they have the option there. So you can also do Wi-Fi with, is it the same doorbell? I think they can do Wi-Fi also, which might be something I'll try in the future. Oh, nice. Thanks, Doug. Some good information there on Ubiquiti stuff. That's another thing I dug into recently. The Unify network, I haven't gotten into any of their cameras yet so far. So maybe that'll come in the future. Fernando says, I'm moving into a new apartment and will be planning it to be HomeKit compatible from the blueprint. Any tips or priorities I should look into? Let's see. So you're moving into a new apartment. Apartments are tricky because it kind of depends on what all you're allowed to do. Some apartment complexes are way more flexible and forgiving than others. So it kind of depends, as far as like changing locks, changing switches and all that kind of stuff. But I would say for anybody moving into a new place, apartment or not, start with your network. Make sure you have a good, strong Wi-Fi network in your house. If you can have PoE ran through the house or apartment, even better. If not, or either way, start with a strong network. So make sure that's nailed down and then just go from there. And I mean, it's a fun hobby, so just get into whatever is most important or fun to you. Some people like smart lighting. Some people prefer to, the security side and sensors and stuff like that. But yeah, just have fun with it, I think. But do start with a strong network. If you don't have a good router or mesh system, then I would probably start there. Curtis says, this live stream just cost me, just picked up the Govee Permanent Lights Pro. House will be lit up this Christmas. Man, that's awesome. I don't think you will regret it, especially because I did this last year. I put it was before the Pro came out. So this was before Govee ever supported Matter. I liked their permanent outdoor lights, the original version, so much that I got them, even though they didn't support HomeKit, because they were like the first ones. There's been a lot of copycats since then, but they're the first ones, and it was such a unique product. I was like, I gotta try this. And I hung them around, I think it was around March of last year. And I got them into HomeKit, of course, through Homebridge and all that stuff. But man, when Christmas came around, it was the best feeling in the world. I remember walking around the neighborhood and I was seeing like all my neighbors up on their ladders and hanging Christmas lights and just doing all that stuff that I hate to do. I love having Christmas lights up. I hate putting them up and taking them down. And so when I just pulled out my phone, tap 1 or 2 buttons to change the lights to the Christmas theme or whatever, man, it was the best feeling in the world. So I think you'll be happy when Christmas comes around. Definitely worth it. And then for 4th of July or whatever, you can turn them red, white, and blue and change it for all the different holidays. It's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. On that note, guys, do check out the Prime Day list if you are still shopping or looking into any smart home stuff. Again, I've got all the Apple Home stuff listed here, even some that, products that I use that may not support HomeKit, like the Narwhal. But everything is here on this list. Check it out. There's a link pinned in the chat, also a link in the description. We've got a few days or a few hours left for Prime Day still. Shopping through those links is much appreciated. And yeah, appreciate you guys hanging out and chatting smart home stuff here with me for the last hour. Again, all the members and new members, come hang out in Discord if you're not already there. Would love to see you there. You can ask your questions there if I wasn't able to get to it in today's chat. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video and during the next stream. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a good week. All right. God bless.